From Roger Goodell finding the Saints $500,000 and docking a 7th-round pick, to the Broncos, who have no quarterbacks. They are going to a wide receiver who played quarterback at Wake Forest. What a Saints game day we have. Roger Goodell, if you ever see this, from yours truly, speaking on the rest of the Who Dat Nation, fuck you and everything you stand for. What is going on, everybody? It is yours truly, Who Dat Davis. And you don't know, you will know that over here, we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. And thank you for joining me this morning on this pregame show edition of the Daily Black and Gold podcast. We have a lot to cover today. And if you saw the introduction, you already know I'm about to rip a new one on the NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell. But that's going to be a little later on in the show. We're going to go ahead and get into news breaking late last night, so that's early this morning, that the Denver Broncos are going to be without none of their quarterbacks. They're going to a wide receiver for their starting quarterback. Now, I said on my Facebook, if you're following on Facebook, I stated that I wanted to so bad to be fair to this Denver Broncos team. But after the recent news broke out that the Saints were heavily fined and got a draft pick, I now have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for this Denver Broncos team, whose fan base wants to run their mouths about a fluke win they got back in 2016. You all saw the footage. You've all seen the pics. That man stepped out of bounds. A fluke of a block for a field goal. Come on, man. That's disrespectful. Now, I have absolutely zero sympathy for the Denver Broncos team. This Saints defense needs to absolutely show no mercy on this Denver Broncos offense. Absolutely zero mercy. I want to see that man on his back every snap from quarter 1 all the way to the end of quarter 4. And I hope this Saints team can come away with as minimum injuries as possible. Okay, just so they can stick it to Roger Goodell and his NFL league all the more. Now let's look at the injury report for New Orleans Saints. They're going to be without Deontay Harris, Andrews Pete due to concussion, Deontay Harris due to a neck injury, and Ty Montgomery. Ty Montgomery is going to be out. Now, I was high on him when he gets signed to the Saints in the offseason. But Saints have been kind of gelling anyway, so I'm not too concerned. It's just a little disappointing that Ty Montgomery hasn't been as much as that X factor as I was hoping he'd be. But it is what it is. We still got Taysom Hill. The offense is coming on healthy. The defense is coming on healthy. We should get Sheldon Rankins back for the next Falcons game on the road. But that's next week. We're looking at today, and we're looking at everything else around the league. Yours truly, he's got his notes right here. Let's go ahead and get into what we need to get into. Like I said, the Denver Broncos are going to be without all their quarterbacks. And that's for the simple fact that they broke protocol. Because they decided to not wear masks. The Saints have been one of the most diligent teams and franchises in the NFL that have been for COVID-19 preventions as much as possible. You've seen it. I've seen it. The rest of the NFL has seen it. But your boy, Roger Goodell, he wants to penalize the Saints $500,000 and call them repeat offenders just because they weren't wearing masks during their post-game party in the locker room. Let's look at who else has been doing that so far this offseason. Well, not this offseason. Excuse me. I'm a little mad. But let's look at who else has been doing this, breaking protocol, having post-game celebrations in the locker room without masks. The Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tennessee Titans, the Las Vegas Raiders. 4 to 5 prominent examples of teams who have gone into locker rooms that had post-game celebrations posted publicly on their Twitter channels, Twitter handles. It's been posted. Now, apparently, the NFL was investigating the Steelers and Ravens for breaking COVID-19 protocols, and the Patriots were reportedly fined $350,000. But that's nowhere near the amount that was docked from the Saints. $500,000 and a draft pick. Absolutely disgusting. The lack of consistency with this league, the obvious bias hate for the Saints is absolutely deplorable. Absolutely deplorable. And I will hold them accountable as long as I have this platform. Roger Goodell, you should be very much ashamed of yourself. You've been on this Saints team since far back as the late 2000s with the whole Bountygate issue. You gutted a Super Bowl caliber team. You suspended Sean Payton. You docked draft picks. You made us a laughing stock single-handedly for about as long as a decade, and you're still on you're still on our nuts. You're still on our nuts after all this time. Roger Goodell, what did this franchise do to you that made you so sore at us? What did we do? What did we do that was so different than anybody else? And you want to look at Bountygate. Look at everybody else who's come out, former players who are on teams like Minnesota Vikings and Pittsburgh Steelers. Open cases of admittance to Bountygate in both those franchises. Where the hell is their investigation? Where is their docking draft picks? Where are their fines? Where are their coach suspensions? I don't see them anywhere in sight, Roger Goodell. Absolutely nowhere. But as always, when it comes to the Saints, you're so quick to act. You're so quick to act to punish this team in the harshest way possible, just to make an example. I don't even understand it. Let's go ahead and get into some of these comments right now. We got Jerry Poor. Shout out to Jerry Poor, man. Always here. I appreciate you. He said, we got this today. Focus on the game. Care less about the fine and the loss of draft pick. I want to agree, Jerry. I want to agree. But like I said, man, I can't let that go. I can't let it go. This bias hate for the Saints is absolutely deplorable. Like, how can you go so long riding the nuts of the New Orleans Saints? Like, what have they done to you? Have they fucked your wife? Excuse me. No, excuse me. Have they fucked your wife? Did she leave you because she was the Saints? Because she's a Saints fan? Like, what's going on there? Is there some kind of history between you and the Benton family that we don't know about? Absolutely undeplorable. Shout out to Tara, man. Tara is another one of the core members here at the State of Black and Gold podcast community. Much love to you. Much love to you. Giving that shout out to Terry. Got CB. What's going on with your CB? CB is a host, one of the hosts of the Who Dat Chatline podcast. I'll link his podcast channel in the description and in the comments after this video is done. Shout out to you, CB. He says Broncos making excuses like they innocent. Nah, I should have followed protocols. My point exactly. And I was on the fence about that for the longest 24 hours of my life. I was on the fence about that. But after seeing all the nonsense that I've seen over the past couple of hours, I now have zero sympathy. This New Orleans Saints defense should absolutely feast, and I'm going to be absolutely embarrassed if they allow more than one touchdown in garbage time. If they allow just one touchdown in garbage time, then I can understand. But if they get more than one score on this Saints defense when they have no legit quarterback, I'm going to rip a new one into this Saints team. They know better. They should have this. They should have a very comfortable win. They should take no prisoners, and I'm going to expect that. I'm going to hold this team accountable to that, even if it's just a 1-point win. This Saints team should feast on this overhyped, overrated, disrespectful Denver Broncos team. Okay, how are you going to talk smack to the New Orleans Saints? We don't even have a quarterback. How are you going to talk smack to the New Orleans Saints when they've been more prominent in following protocols than the Denver Broncos? Yeah, you can look at the post-game celebration thing, but as I've said already, look at how many other teams have done the similar things. They had no repercussions. The Kansas City Chiefs is the most prominent example. And who made himself a home in the Kansas City? The new poster boy of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Roger Goodell is not going to penalize his meal ticket He's not going to penalize his meal ticket, folks. It is what it is. We got a new face, KVB. She asked, why wasn't this game moved to another day? Honestly, Kay, in the beginning, I was all for the NFL to postpone this game, but now I'm not. Okay, this game should go on regardless. If the Denver Broncos wants to try and claim unfairness, they should have followed protocols. They should have been wearing masks. If just one quarterback, at least wore a mask, they wouldn't be considered a high risk, and they'd be starting this game. But they were the ones who wanted to, I don't know, be flimsy, pick and choose when they want to wear masks in this COVID-19 times. So they get what they got coming to them. Now, in that same breath, I wish they keep that same energy for the Steelers and Ravens. But I can understand the fact that there was an uncontained outbreak because there was reportedly a coach or someone on medical that didn't report COVID-19 positives, and it allowed an outbreak. I can understand that, and to a degree, but I still wish we would have kept that same energy. Either way, the inconsistency around this league, you can tell they're just making stuff up on the fly, guys. They're making this stuff up as they go. Okay, it's absolutely deplorable. If you're going to have a season, if you're going to have an NFL season, knowing the risks of COVID-19, most likely going to be spread around players, you should have had more consistent contingencies. You should have more fair rules. Like the Steelers, I feel for them. I do, because they got cheated out of their bye week. Yes, I'm saying cheated. They got cheated out of their bye week, and now they're once again going to be on a short rest. Now, I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan in any regard. I don't care for them, but I'm more about fairness and consistency. So, to the Steelers fan base, I feel for you. I do. Tara says, hold them accountable. Yes, I'm holding them accountable. I'm holding them accountable, and I'm going to hold them accountable for as long as this podcast keeps running. Now, as to what I'm expecting from the Saints offense today, I'm expecting Taysom Hill to have another sort of slow start, because this Fangio defense, this Broncos defense, they're not riddled with COVID-19 problems. They still got a pretty decent pass rush. And on top of the fact that the Saints are going to be not only with the Andrews Pete, but Teron Armstead, who reportedly tested positive for COVID-19, and now he's ineligible to play with the boys today. Now, I'm expecting his backup to be James Hurst, a recent signing from the Baltimore Ravens. His first showing when Ryan Ramczyk went down wasn't all that good, but the left tackle position has been his more prominent position, so he should have an easier time, especially with the fact that he's been in more run packages. Sometimes he's at the goal line doing some pass protections on the play action. James Hurst should have a decent time. And even if the pass rush does find his way into the backfield, you have Taysom Hill, who can use his legs to gain some extra yards or extend plays like he did last week. So I'm still expecting the Saints defense to move the ball down the field. And you have a prominent run game in Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. Now, if the offensive line does its job, you could see a healthy 4.5 to 5 yards per carry on the ground. Okay, so the offense should be fine. I'm still expecting a 2013. I don't know why after I said all I said, but I had to be consistent. So I'm still expecting a 2013, but I'm hoping for better. If this Denver Broncos team honestly scores more than 13, I'm going to rip the Saints. I'm going to be unhappy. You're going to see it live. Tara says, I'm sick of Goodell. All of us are sick of Goodell. All of us here, the Saints fan base, are sick of Goodell. And now I'm sick of Roger Goodell. And there were some parts of me, there were some parts of me that had some semblance of respect for him. But now after this, it's actually deplorable from this man. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get this down in here early. I'm going to go ahead and post a link. And I'm open to callers. I'm hoping to get some callers in here. Give your thoughts, your opinions on what you're expecting from the Saints versus Broncos game today. Your thoughts on Roger Goodell, this in this quarterback situation with them, this fine of $500K and the 7th-round draft pick. Now, speaking of 7th-round draft picks, I'm not too concerned since it's a 7th-round pick, and they tend to never make the cut of the team anyway. But it's the fact of the matter that a draft pick was docked anyway. Like the Saints could have used that to trade up into next offseason's draft if they needed to, or if they wanted to. And Director Gill took that away. So it's more of the principle of the matter that they took a draft pick. When they find the Patriots, they didn't even duck the draft pick. Now they're repeat offenders also. There's been a slight outbreak when the report came out that Cam Newton tested positive and 3 other players tested positive. There was a small outbreak there, and now when they're fined again, like where's their ducking draft pick? I don't understand it. It's a lack of consistency. We got KVB here says, no, this should be a shutdown. I don't want them to score a field goal. Yes, I agree with you, man. I absolutely agree with you, Kay. This Saints team should not score so much as 2 touchdowns, let alone 1. Not even so much as a field goal. The Saints are absolutely favored in this game now more than ever. Okay, if they let a non-quarterback who's never taken a snap in this league come out and throw on him, I'm going to rip them. I'm going to absolutely murder this Saints defense. I'm going to rip Dennis Allen a new hole. Okay, because there should be absolutely no excuse for any subpar decent performance on a quarterback who's never thrown a pass when he came into the league. Absolutely none. The last time you seen him take a snap on the center was in Wake Forest. Wake Forest, people. I'm appalled. Guys. Like, why? Why does Saints Twitter always have to have some type of drama? Why can't Roger Goodell get off our nuts? Okay, we're already down Drew Brees. We're already down Sheldon Rankins. We're already down Andrews Pete. We're already down to Ron Armstead. So, you want to rub salt in the wound now? Are you trying to destroy locker room morale? Are you trying to take away from the custom of the locker room party for the Saints? Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to discourage them? Because to me, that's what it seems like they're doing. You should be better than this, Roger Goodell. You're supposed to be the primitive example. You're supposed to set the standard. The only thing you're doing is just showing biased hate. And I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to be better. The Saints fan base is praying for you to be better, but we all know it's not going to happen. I'm going to pray anyway because I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm still going to rip you, but I'm going to be the bigger person overall. It's absolutely sick of you. Absolutely sick that you're not showing any consistency around this league. I hope someone speaks up, speaks out, and someone else takes your spot. Someone more deserving. I don't know who that person might be that's more deserving, but I'm pretty sure that they do better than you. You've absolutely lost the respect of the State of Black and Gold podcast. You've lost the respect of the community I'm building here. From us to Steelers fans who you've ripped more times than not so far this season. Man, that is what it is, man. But shout out to everybody. Let's go ahead and scroll up here in this chat. See if we got any more comments that I missed. Jerry Porter says, Screwdale, dude, gotta go. Yeah, man, I agree. I absolutely agree. Roger Goodell has got to go. Okay, there's absolutely no excuse for him to, for this type of conduct. And it's absolutely obvious. It should be obvious to anyone. But Saints haters, they don't understand that. They don't want to understand that. Tara says she's driving. Hey, stay safe out there, Tara. Stay safe, okay? CB says it's not our fault they broke game protocol, fam. You get what you deserve. Ready for this game. I agree, CB. I absolutely agree. The Saints, like I said, the Saints have been one of the most prominent examples of COVID-19 prevention so far in this league. You have not seen one confirmed positive case, and I doubt this case with Teron Armstead is going to be confirmed positive. He came out on Twitter saying he was fine. The last positive test for Michael Burton, that came out as a false positive. So that should really speak to this Saints coaching staff that they're doing everything within protocol. Everything within protocol. But no, Roger Goodell wants to ride our nut. The Saints franchise even more. For those who don't know, the NFL's cap hit is going severely down next season. The Saints are going to have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of hard choices to make. I pity Morpheus Loomis. I pity Morpheus Loomis for that sole fact that a lot of good players are going to have to be cut for just to get themselves underneath that cap. We could be seeing the end of at least one promising player from the 2017 draft. We could be seeing Marshawn Lattimore. We could be seeing Marcus Williams. Hell, we could even see Ryan Ramczyk go away in free agency. I hope we don't lose Ryan Ramczyk because he's one of the best left tackles in the game. Hell, they might even franchise tag him. But without a doubt, someone from the 2017 draft is going away. And now Roger Goodell wants to try and gut this team even more. Do you know how serious $500,000 is? Roger Goodell, man. Tara says here, but working and driving. That's cool. Like I said, just stay safe out there, okay? She also says it speaks to Goodell too. Yes, it should speak. It absolutely should speak. It's absolutely deplorable. And I'm going to state this as many times as I have to. It's absolutely deplorable for the fact that he can't maintain consistency when he should be the one setting the standard. The only standard he's setting is that it's okay to have unfair ridicule, unfair judgment to the Saints. And it should have been even more prominent when you're looking at the Denver Broncos / Saints matchups over the last 5 times. The 2016 matchup, that black field goal should have been the penalty. They should have called him out when he stepped on that white line. His feet were such more white than my nose such cocaine. But somehow they didn't call it. It is what it is. But I expect everybody to keep that same energy. Keep the same energy when the Saints have a beneficial call go their way. Okay, this team has been under the heel of Roger Goodell and this NFL management for the longest time. From commissioner to management to refs, the most prominent figure, representation of management, the NFL refs, the officiating. They're the main ones putting their heel to the back of the neck of the Saints franchise. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing from any other fan base, from any other team, that they had a biased call that went in the Saints' favor. Look at our record. Okay, look at our record. It's absolutely disgusting that people want to say that we have the rest in our back pocket. Hello, have you seen us? Welcome to the Saints fan base. How you doing? But that's just me, man. This is going to be like a semi-short pregame show. But let's get into stats and predictions. I think Taysom Hill is going to throw 2 touchdowns. Either one is going to be in the red zone to Michael Thomas. The other one's going to be to Traquan Smith. I think he's going to go 2 touchdowns. He's going to go 23 for 30, 250 yards, 250 plus yards, and 2 touchdowns, and have, I'd say, 8 carries for 40-something yards. So I'd say just under the 300 total yards mark for Taysom Hill. Alvin Kamara should have a good game. Latavius Murray should definitely have a good game, especially after his the way Taysom Hill leaned on him more than Alvin Kamara. So he should be getting some touches in the passing game or the running game. I expect to see more of Alan Troutman because I'm still a little suspect on Jared Cook. I hope Jared Cook has a resurgence because, God, he needs it. I don't know what's going on with Jared Cook, but he needs to get his act together. Because Alan Troutman's looking good week by week. That 19-yard completion, that route was just finesse. It's finito. Shout out to Alan Troutman. He's coming along. He's going to be a beast next season. When we actually have some OTAs, some preseason games for them to get some reps and cut down on the injuries. God, the injuries this year have been absolutely crazy. On the defensive side, I think the Saints are going to come away with 6 sacks, 10 2 from Trey Hendrickson to push it to 11.5 on the year. Cam Jordan's going to have one that's going to total up to 3. You got Demario Davis, he's going to get a sack, and David Yamada with 2 sacks up the middle. That's 6 sacks right there. Hell, it could even be 7 with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson coming off the edge. Interception rate, I think it's going to be 3. I definitely think it's going to be 3. But you can expect the Denver offense to have a lot of short passes, intermediate passes, something that he can actually throw. They're actually going to run a lot of the play action, set up the run game, all that good stuff to try to get him in some kind of rhythm. But I don't think it's going to amount to much. But those are my thoughts and predictions. I've linked the StreamYard to anybody who wants to take a call. But as far as all that, that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to be ripping into Rich Goodell for probably the rest of this week, especially if I don't see any consistency when they investigate the Steelers and the Ravens, who are obviously breaking COVID-19 protocols. Okay, and it's the Ravens. This isn't their first offense either. This is their second, if not their third. So they don't have a draft pick lost, a more significant one lost, probably a 6th rounder or maybe in a 5th rounder. And they don't have a draft pick lost. You're going to see me back here, and we're going to go round 2 of Roger Goodell ripping. But it looks like I don't have any callers for today. But hey, I'm going to do a halftime show, just to talk a little bit about what the Saints are capable of or how they're performing going into the second half. So look forward to that. But after that, I'll post at the time. Look out on my Twitter for a final thoughts and / review. It's probably going to be either tomorrow or the day after. Like I said, I'll tweet about it. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter yet, go ahead and follow me at Real Aaron Davis. The Twitter handle is in the description. I'm going to link the Who Dat Nation Chatline podcast in the description and in the comment section after this is over. If you haven't followed me on Facebook yet, go ahead and follow me there at facebook.com/stateofblackandgold. And as always, the more prominent channel here on Facebook, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Support the podcast, support the channel. If you want to donate, I've linked my PayPal in the description also. Everything that's donated there is going to be towards the State of Black and Gold podcast. It's not going to be for myself. Okay, I'm still waiting on that big news to drop. I'm still waiting on it. I'm hoping it comes soon. But other than that, that's it. That's all. I love y'all. Enjoy today's games. And if you want to have, actually, here's what I'll do for y'all. Just because I love y'all, I'll also link a special stream site that I watch in case there's a game on that it's not on for me locally. I'll link that also in the description. But that's it. That's all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as always, if you don't know, you will know now that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. I'll see y'all at the halftime show later.